Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to our review of Desperados 3, available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. We'll tell you everything you need to know before you play, but before I do, make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell for reviews, interviews, features, and more. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Desperados 3 is the latest entry in the Western-themed real-time stealth series, and the first since the 2007 spin-off Helldorado. Serving as a prequel, players will find themselves in the Wild West of the 1870s, exploring the origins of protagonist John Cooper. Utilising squad-based action, you have to coordinate plans however you see fit, to solve puzzles and eliminate your enemies. Now, I went into the experience having never played a Desperados game before, so hope that the prequel nature of it would help make it more accessible to greenhorns such as myself. But is Desperados 3 any good? Watch on to find out. Firstly, the biggest strength of the game is the maps. They're rich, varied, and require real lateral thinking to beat. You'll go from the swamps of Louisiana to the rugged landscape of Colorado, and even south of the border to Mexico. The sense of scale is unlike anything I've seen in an RTT game before. There's so many puzzles to solve and ways to utilise the environment to take out enemies that you can expect to sink at least 30 hours into it. Some of my favourite sequences came from non-combat zones. Here you can walk around without drawing attention to yourself, listening out for clues to help you with your next plan. For example, you might overhear that the heavy sign two pesky guards are standing under is a little loose, and it wouldn't take much to make it tumble down on top of them. What a shame that would be. And with this grand scale comes plenty of variety, both in terms of content and the ways you can approach gameplay. Naturally, as a largely stealth-based game, it's better to coordinate attacks to take out targets before they even know you're there. However, playing purely stealth will require constant quick saving and restarts, as the AI is pretty spot on. A split second can be the difference between a flawlessly executed plan and a total catastrophe. But if you haven't got the patience for the sneak, you can always rely on your sheer firepower to blast your way out of trouble. I found myself relying on this a tad too much, but I can't argue it doesn't fit in with the whole cowboy aesthetic. Now, normally in these reviews, I'll tell you what I enjoyed and then dive into the bad, but the gameplay difficulty of Desperados 3 falls somewhere between the two. Maintaining a full stealth run can be extremely difficult, and at times I found the constant quick saving and restarting really frustrating. It does feel good to finally succeed, but I wonder if I would have stuck with it had I not had to review it. Of course, this is very much a matter of personal taste, and I'm sure more seasoned players of tactical stealth games won't suffer the same pitfalls I did, over and over and over and over again. What is a little less contentious is the lack of narrative. Most missions are as simple as getting from point A to point B, and this isn't a huge deal as it's the sandbox gameplay that rightfully takes center stage, and actually makes it easier for new players to jump into the series without having to catch up on reams and reams of lore. Just don't go in expecting a sprawling story a la Red Dead Redemption. However, I did find it less excusable how the emphasis on gameplay occasionally came at the expense of immersion. The main culprit that kept coming up for me was the way your team can talk in hushed whispers despite being on opposite ends of the map. In a game where every detail of a mission feels as fine-tuned as a grandfather clock, these cross-map conversations felt like an irritating oversight. To wrap up, Desperados 3 is one of the most ambitious real-time tactical stealth games I can remember playing, both in terms of scale and ways you can approach the game. The gameplay completely steals the show, a tight, rewarding experience if you've got the patience to persevere, and not be a scrub like me. I'm really excited to see clips of the inventive ways players manage to beat levels. Sure, it might not be that deep on story, but that's not the reason to play Desperados 3. This is a sandbox through and through, and a damn fun one at that. So to answer the title of this video, should you play Desperados 3? If you've got more patience than a dummy like me, it's a hard yes. But what did you think of Desperados 3? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos every single week. See you next time.